and you see the guys who are holding the titles. What is your opinion of them?
I don't know. I just when I see the guys, everybody's using steroids and stuff. That was just really killing boxing. But I noticed everybody went to the steroid meeting except the Boxing Federation. The boxing's always been an outlaw sport anyway. It's been in the sports business, but it's been outside of the sports business, and no one came representing us.
How big a problem has steroids been in boxing?
Well, I don't think steroids can help much in boxing. I really don't think, because it doesn't help. It doesn't enhance your skills. I don't care how strong you are. The strongest man never. You notice the strongest man was never the heavyweight champion of the world. The strongest fighter, or the strongest man in boxing, was never the really heavyweight champion of the world. And if he wasn't for long. This is this is a sport of intelligence, speed, integrity. This is pretty much a noble sport, and the nobleness of it all is the struggle of it all. And I don't think steroids helps any.
You know, people talk about the great heavyweight champions and their places in history and what they mean. What is your place in that history of heavyweight champions?
I don't know. I'm just happy to be remembered by the people. And if they think I'm one of the greats, and I'm just happy to be. All those guys basically my heroes. So I'm happy to be mentioned in the same breath. That was just my dream. I never wanted to be better than those guys. I just wanted to be able to be friends, that those guys knew my name and I could shake their hand. They say, hey, Mike, how you doing? And I would say, whoa, Jersey Joe Woodcock knew my name? Wow, that's really crazy. Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, they know my name? And that's a big thing to me. When one day I met Joey Giardello, and he just came to my training, and I was just I was like, whoa, that's him? And I always read about him and his handicapped son, Carmen. I've been reading about him ever since I was a young boy. And I saw him one day, and he came in my training camp, and I was jumping rope, and I just couldn't work out. I was just, I don't know, I broke out in hives. And I was just so happy to see him. I was just, wow, and I said, wow, that's Carmen. I just knew his whole life. And it was just amazing that he came and saw me. You know what I mean? I just thought that was awesome. And these guys knew my name, and that was that's better than those guys. That's more important than me receiving $1 million.
How do you prevent your life from ending as a Greek tragedy?
Oh, it's never good. I never had a Greek tragedy. I probably was on the track, but I've never, nothing tragic about Mike Tyson. My life was tragic before I got involved with boxing. Living in Brownsville was pretty tragic. That was tragic, but I never had no tragedy. I had some money, lost some money, I went to prison. That's the basic everyday life. James Keating went to prison. A lot of people went to prison. Mike Milken went to prison. You know, Jesus Christ went to prison. A lot of people went to prison, but that's not the end of their lives. You know what I mean? That's really not the end of life. It's probably the beginning once they come out. Because there's a whole different life then. There's a whole different life that we'll be preparing for once we get out.
Well, Floyd Patterson, and Jose Torres is Jose Torres. They learn from the same teacher, but you could take 10 Harvard students and they all learn from the same teacher in the same school. And then when they go to perform in a court as a lawyer, they all have their certain character which they perform under. And I think it's the same way in boxing. You can have the same teacher, but with the character you possess, you always come out to perform different.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the official time. 1 minute, 28 seconds of the first round. 9 consecutive knockouts, 9 consecutive victories. The winner by knockout, Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson with another knockout. Again, his 6th in 9 professional fights. A knockout in the first round. Top Rank Boxing, and one of the bright new stars is Mike Tyson. He visits with Al Bernstein.
Well, Mike Tyson is indeed turning into a bright new star in the heavyweight division. Earlier in the day, I really thought that Donnie Long would be a fairly tough opponent for you. He wasn't.
Well, like I told you earlier today, if I knock him out in 1 or 2 rounds, would you still consider him that?
I thought he was supposed to be, but I guess he wasn't.
Oh, now he wasn't. He was.
No, he was a tough man. I'm just saying for you he wasn't tough, apparently, because you beat him.
Well, first of all, I'd like to just thank Cus for putting in all the hard work and reaching me to the goal that we're trying to approve right now. And I'd like to say hello to all my family back home and to once more my dearest friend, Rory Holloway, back in Albany, New York. And now on the question, I knew from the beginning, but everybody else knew, that it was no calm. It was no calm. Let's like the rest of it. A lot of people came to look. Jesse Ferguson came to look. The Fraziers came to look.
James Broad was out there.
James, all of you come get some, because Mike Tyson's out here. He's waiting for you. All come get some.
All right, well, let's see what you did give to Donnie Long. We'll take a look at the first left hook, Mike, that you knocked him down with. Take a peek at it.
Everything was timed. I saw, I put my jab out. He had a good jab, so I said, I'm going to time him. Boom. He wasn't even respected because I saw the right hand keep coming down. and I was very calm and relaxed.
Now, his plan, I think, as it is for most people that fight you, is they want to try and box and stay on the outside and jab you and counterpunch you, but you are very hard, apparently, to counterpunch as you come in. Why do you feel that's so?
Because I put so much training and effort into evading punches. As anyone say, as Henry Tillman said in the article, some derogatory things about I'm going to do it, I don't think or move my head. As anybody can see, I'm almost a master at invading the punches coming at me. If anybody saw all of my fights, I don't get hit. I yet to have a bloody nose. I never had marks on my face. And as everybody say, it's hard because I'm a counterpuncher myself, but I just do it with a lot of aggression.
That's something obviously you and Kevin Rooney also work on a lot, the evading of punches and the defense as you come in, because you know you're an aggressive fighter, and so guys are going to try and counterpunch as you come in.
That is so, but anybody that wants to stay in the business for a long period of time like myself, I plan on staying in boxing. I would like to box for at least a good 20 years because I love the game. And to be in this game for 20 years, you can't be in there, you can't take a lot of punches.
It's a long time, 20 years.
True, but I'd like to finish a career with 20 years.
Okay, he is young, that's true. What's next for you, do you think, in terms of your level of what you want to see?
Well, as I was saying, I can't really tell you at this point, but it was supposed to be for 8 rounds. I was supposed to start fighting 8 rounds, but for some unknowable reason, it came to 6 rounds. But I was prepared. I was ready for 10 rounds. I trained for 10 rounds, all my fights, and I'd like to thank James Broad a great deal for training with me. It helped a great deal. And like I said, whatever my managers decide, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm going to do my business. They're going to do their business, and our goal is going to be a far-gone conclusion.
All right, you took care of business tonight. Congratulations, Mike.
Thank you very much.
What a phenomenon Mike Tyson was. 19-year-old, 20-year-old boy, the youngest man to ever become champ of the world. He hit guys and knocked them unconscious, not unlike Joe Louis and George Foreman. And he had hand speed like a Muhammad Ali, and he'd move around. He's going to be remembered for a long time.
Steve Farhood with undefeated heavyweight Mike Tyson, 7-0, 7 knockouts, and his co-manager Jimmy Jacobs. Mike, so far the record is perfect. Do you think what you need right now is a good, tough distance fight?
Well, no, because as I look at it, the point, and as everything's going now, I'm confident. I'm getting more belief from the fights going to 1 round or 2 rounds, whatever they're going. No matter who it is. If the round happens to go 10 rounds, which I doubt, because as long as the fight goes, I become more hungrier, and I dwell on the heat, everything, and I feel great on a fight. Maybe if I fight somebody and the fight goes 10 rounds, the outcome for the opponent would be even worse than a 1-round knockout.
Okay. Co-manager Jim Jacobs, you must be pleased with Mike's development so far. You have one of boxing's most exciting young fighters.
Well, it's true, Steve, but one of the problems that we have, Bill Caton and I, managing Mike, is that when you manage a fighter who's a devastating puncher, you cannot really calculatingly plan for a fight to go 8 rounds or 10 rounds, because Mike punches so hard that eventually the fighter goes out very early, which is a disadvantage for Mike because he doesn't get the rounds of fighting that you people would call experience.
Right. Okay. Mike, tonight you're fighting a fighter 196 pounds. You came in, I believe, your career high in terms of weight. He's really a cruiserweight. Is this something you're working on for speed?
Nothing at all. Again, you're asking the wrong person because I didn't pick the opponent. You have to talk to Jim Jacobs. But as of the fight and everything, I'm looking at him just another passing point to the title. Whoever's in the way, I don't care who they are at the moment. They're just, people might say opponents, but as I say, I'm just going through them because this is for real, and Mike Tyson's for real.
Okay, Mike Tyson, Jim Jacobs, thank you both very much and good luck.
Thank you.
Steve Farhood with the winner, Mike Tyson, manager Jimmy Jacobs. Mike, the first knockdown, left hook to the body, you saw an opening?
No, I was practicing mostly on the punching to the body. In this fight, I was very relaxed and very calm, and I plan on staying that way for all my fights in the present. And as you're saying, when I caught him with the left hook, I heard him grunt, and I thought come back real fast, and that was the game plan.
The right hand after that, you didn't wait for an invitation, went right at him?
Not at all. It's my style. You make your own opening. You time things. Everything was set up. When he went down the first time, I knew what was going to hit him, and that's how he planned. To be a pro fighter, I'm the master of the pinpoint. My shots are so accurate and so precise, not to be egotistic, but when they land, they're so precise. I just can't help it who you are. You have to go down because it's a law when Mike Tyson hits you.
Any heavyweight was going to go down from that right hand the way you hit him.
I believe so also. And I'd like to thank my manager right here, Jim Jacobs, for giving me the opportunity to fight with Jeff Levine.
Trump Casino Hotel in Atlantic City. Got to see Mike Tyson work a little longer than he did his last fight that went only 39 seconds. Gets a second-round TKO, and he visits with Al Bernstein in the ring. Al?
Well, Mike Tyson, it was a performance in which you showed, I thought, the power that we know you have and the aggression, but also maybe walked into a couple more right hands than you'd like.
Well, the right hands that I walked into wasn't catching me solidly. They were grazing right hands, which I'm very peculiar when the right hand comes. Excellent. The right hands are mostly never effective on catching me because I'm always slipping with them, and I'm on an angle which the points go diagonally forward.
Okay, let's take a look at the last knockdown when you sent him down, and you can comment on it for us. Well, it's rolling a little bit in our monitor, but basically you really had a lot of power and you were nailing him with short punches.
I was nailing with punches because I saw he was more accepted to the right hand because he was leaning on his right hand side, and more acceptable to right hand. I felt a little funny. I wasn't right. I wasn't Mike Tyson that you saw earlier in the past because of the star buildup. It was a little intimidating.
Is all that getting to you a bit? Now, you've placed a lot of pressure on yourself. You and Customato, he's stated flatly he thinks you're going to be the youngest heavyweight champion, the greatest heavyweight champion. What does all that do to your mental frame of mind?
Well, I don't look at it that way because deep inside, when I'm not involved with boxing, I'm just a 19-year-old kid. And when I'm in the ring, then that's when I take care of business. Today was more difficult, a rugged performance because of the man's height, and he wasn't there to fight. He was there to try to last. He wasn't there really to fight, and he was running, and it made it more difficult because he was only there to survive.
All right, well, Mike, congratulations. You got the win. That's the key.
Excuse me, I would like to say happy birthday to my friend Diane Irvis. God bless you, and hope to have many more birthdays.
All right, you gave her a little birthday present.
Of Mike Tyson, just 19 years old, advised by Customato, born in Brooklyn, living in Catskill, New York, and what a promising heavyweight. 7-0 with 7 knockouts.
You were so patient when you got him in trouble, and you made every punch count.
Well, that's what basically me and my manager, Customato, was training on from the beginning. You don't have to throw a lot of punches, but every punch you throw, make sure it hurt him, hit him in the right spot where he's vulnerable at. And that's what I was trying to place the punch. With every punch hit him, he'd be hurt at all times.
All right, let's take a look, Mike, at the first knockdown when you hit him with that left hook, and boy, this was a beautiful move.
Boom, perfect timing. Usually I hit somebody like that, it was a little bit off balance because I try to graze his chin. When you graze the chin, it's like a home run. You hit a home run, you don't even feel it, and that's the punch that usually put him out permanently.
Well, now you did that, a great dipsy doodle move. You ducked under his jab and then came up with that left hook, and it was outstanding. And I know that's one of many, many things you've been working on. And even in this fight, in the short time, we could see your punches are so short and compact, they look great.
Well, as you know, I'm 19, and I'm just improving. That's not all I'm doing. There's a lot of other things that I could do very well. And as time comes and I'm learning in the learning stage as I am now, things are going as more and more as I like it to be.
It's difficult, isn't it? At 19, you have progressed well, certainly, and you have all this power. It's tough to know who you should be fighting right now. You're fighting journeyman heavyweights as you come up, which is appropriate, but there must be the temptation, I would think, to think, I can fight a better guy quicker than maybe you ought to.
Well, I'm good enough to fight some top fighters right now, but until my manager, Jimmy Jacobs and Bill Caton and Customato decide I should fight one of them, then I'd be happy to go along and fight anybody. But at the moment, I have to go. I'm not a fighter that's out. I'm not a freelance agent to say, well, I want to fight him. I got to go by the rules. And you know how the business is. You got the boss, too.
Okay, that's true. We all have bosses. Well, right now, you're the boss in this ring, that's for sure. Mike Tyson, a great performance.